When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek Wi Talk, my people, Mek Wi Talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Mek Wi Talk, people, Mek Wi Talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, Mek Wi Talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek Wi Talk, my people, Mek Wi Talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Mek Wi Talk, people, Mek Wi Talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, Mek Wi Talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Mek Wi Talk, people.
Good night. Good night, everyone. Good night, good night, good night. Good evening. Wherever you're listening, watching from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean, it's the Mek Wi Talk program. Members of the opposition party walk out of the parliament this afternoon. The Parliament of Jamaica descended into a chaos, where members of the parliament walked out. And it doesn't look good. What they're saying that the rules of the parliament, that the opposition leader should have given the parliament sending what he needs to table in the parliament 3 days before the actual parliament. Obviously, thank you. So, obviously, because of that, there's a big thing going on within the parliament between the deputy speaker of the House of Representatives and the leader of opposition, Mark Golden. It happened as that Mr. Golden, along with the People's National Party, members that they have in there, walked out of the parliament this afternoon. The Speaker of the House came back and said that she went to review what Mr. Golden put in the parliament. I want you all to listen to this for me before I go any further, because I want you all to pick sense out of nonsense with this. A lot of people are going to go on social media and say that it is wrong. The standing order of the committee of the parliament, what I am saying is this. there's a standing order in the Parliament of Jamaica that everybody has to go by. Everybody within the Parliament of Jamaica has to go by. And the rule of the Parliament is that you need to send the tabling of what you're going to table to the Parliament 3 days before the actual Parliament. And we must call a spade a spade. Some people are going to go on social media and talk kind of nonsense who doesn't know about the standing order of the Parliament. I don't know a lot about it, but based on the little knowledge that I have, I'm going to speak about it this evening. I'm supposed to have on my good friend Robert Finzi Smith to come onto the program. And of course, Luke George Cook, hopefully he can come on. I don't know. I know he's a bit busy person from he's a very busy person. So I know Mr. Cook may come on and may not come on. But I want to play this for you. And I want you all to listen to this. What happened in the Parliament of Jamaica this afternoon. The Parliament descended into abyss where opposition leader Mark Golding was allowed to pass a member's motion against the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Is it because the opposition leader did not send in his paperwork before today's sitting of the Parliament? Listen to what went on in the Parliament today.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, whereas there is a ministerial code of conduct in place from 2002 that governs the conduct of members of the cabinet, and whereas the Prime Minister did not inform the people of Jamaica that he was being investigated by the integrity.
Member, please.
But I don't even need to hear another word. If the member in any way intends to go down a road that is, you can't understand if you don't listen. Permit yourself to use your ears and not your mouth. Permit yourself to use your ears and not only your mouth. If it is that the member intends to travel down a road that is going to breach the standing orders in raising matters, let me just say it before, that are sub judice. Hold on, I'm just telling you, that cannot be accommodated in this house. So if that is the route.
In other words, what they're saying, what sub judice is because the Prime Minister put this the whole situation before the court. But listen to what Colonel Charles Jr. is saying. Listen to him, please.
Please.
But I don't even need to hear another word. If the member in any way intends to go down a road that is, you can't understand if you don't listen. Permit yourself to use your ears and not your mouth. Permit yourself to use your ears and not only your mouth. If it is that the member intends to travel down a road that is going to breach the standing orders in raising matters, let me just say it before, that are sub judice. Hold on, I'm just telling you, that cannot be accommodated in this house. So if that is the route, if that is the intention, if that is the intention, stop now.
Member, you start on a premise. And as far as the standing order is concerned, I hear the first part of where you're going and section 20, public business, 22, sorry, notion of motion, amendment and manner of giving notice, section 3. If the speaker is of the opinion that any notice of a motion which has been received by the clerk infringe the provisions of any standing order in any way out of order, he may direct that the member concerned be informed that the notice of motion is out of order, that the notice of motion be entered in the order paper with such alteration as he might direct. Member, I am saying, because there is, when I read from the Erskine May Parliamentary Practice, paragraph 2, page 333, matters awaiting judicial decisions, that the motion relates to a matter that is now before the court, and if it is, because there is a matter now under judicial consideration, it ought not to be discussed as it is sub judice. At this time, I am now ruling that this motion will not be entertained.
In other words, listeners and viewers, sub judice means it is before, they're going to take it before the court. So they're saying that the opposition leader cannot come to the parliament with this now because the prime minister is going to take it to court. What I think the opposition leader should have done is when the Integrity Commission report was tabled in the parliament, maybe he should have just tabled a no-member motion that same day. But the opposition leader tried to pass a no-members to table a no-members motion this afternoon, and this is what happened in the parliament.
Member, if the I just made the I am saying to you, member, if it has anything to do with the matter that I just spoke about, then I'm ruling it out of order. We are not going to entertain it.
Yes, thank you.
No, we don't have to hear it. And if I am going to stop you again if you go down that road.
Mr. Speaker, you've indicated this matter is sub judice. I'm not aware of that. However, what this motion engages is simply a matter
we are not
of a breach
member,
of the ministerial code of conduct
we are not
by the Prime Minister. That is not a matter.
Member, there's
And based on all of that, the opposition leader wasn't given the time of day to table the no-members motion in the parliament. Let me say this again. Based on the standing order of the Parliament of Jamaica, that I am aware of, I am yet to be corrected on what I'm going to say. The opposition leader should have given the parliament, and I'm asking anybody who knows about this to correct me if I'm wrong, enough time, like 3 days before the sitting of the parliament or 4 days before the sitting of the parliament, for the parliament to go over all of this. Apparently, the opposition leader came to the parliament with it today. There's rules and regulation everywhere. So the Speaker of the House, who's the Deputy Speaker Heroy Clarke, refused to have it said because the Prime Minister of Jamaica has decided to take the Integrity Commission to the Supreme Court pertaining to the IC report. And because it is going before the court, the parliament is telling the opposition leader that he can't put it in front of the parliament. If that is the case, I personally think that the opposition leader should have put a no members movement to the parliament on the exact day that they tabled the report in the Parliament of Jamaica. But hold on, one of the reasons why maybe he did not do so is because he had to go through the report himself. But I want you to listen to what Juliet Holness, the Speaker of the House, said when she came back to the Parliament, because apparently she went to review Mr. Golding, opposition leader Golding, no members movement clause or whatever. Motion. No members motion rather. And this is what she said when she came back. I want you to listen to what went on to the Parliament today. She's coming back. So Mr. Heroy Clarke, this man here with the glasses on, the Deputy Speaker, who I think opposition leader Golding put a lawsuit against him for definition of character. He's going to get up now, and the Speaker of the House, Mrs. Juliet Holness, is going to sit down. When Mrs. Holness sit down, you're going to hear what went on in the Parliament and listen keenly.
Members, I'm not so sure why you descend into such loud discussions. I believe. Go ahead, member.
Madam Speaker, I was trying to get the attention of the Speaker before they left. I'm not going to go to Mace yet because they have left.
I want you all, before you comment, as I said before, everywhere have rules and regulation. Your house have rules and regulation. I am not taking up for anybody. Listen to what the question that is going to be asked by Everall Warmington to the Speaker of the House. Listen to what. Remember, I said before that if you're going to table something in the Parliament, you're supposed to send it to the clerk of the court, the clerk of the Parliament, 3 days or 4 days or 5 days, I think, before the actual day of Parliament. Listen to the question that Everall Warmington asked the Speaker of the House.
Is there a signed private member's motion before the House? No, is there a signed private member's motion before the House?
A private member's motion came during the sitting of the House.
Is it signed?
it was signed during the sitting of the House by the member making the motion.
But it was signed during the sitting of the House. But convention is, any such motion must be sent to the clerk of the House 2 days before. And this is what we have been doing all the while. And the gentleman across there, who's supposed to be the leader of that side, always mention every day, convention. And you want to breach that list today? You can't send resolution or nothing at all during the sitting of the House. The clerk ought to receive that 2 days ago. So it can't be entertained. I won't go to maze yet. If it was signed before, then I go to the maze where it's concerned.
No, you understand what I'm saying. And I am yet to be corrected in all of this. But based on what I know so far, within the Houses of Parliament, that you have to, I was saying 3 or 4 days, it's 2 days. So if opposition leader Golding had put his members' motion 2 days to the clerk of the House, then they would have to allow it, because what happened is today, it is today the Prime Minister decide to put the matter before the Supreme Court. So if he had put his members' motion to the clerk of the House 2 days ago, the Parliament of Jamaica would have to listen to him. And nobody can come and tell me some chatting nonsense. I want you to listen to this, and then I'm going to play what opposition leader Golding said. We have to split justice here. Listen to what went on to the Parliament again.
I won't. So it can be, as a matter of fact, we shouldn't discuss it. It must be ignored, Madam Speaker. It has not reached the rules, regulation, is so. Shouldn't be discussed in the first place. It must be ignored. As the value that it is, it must be ignored. Don't reach it.
Member, in response, as you realize, we have, and myself particularly as Speaker, have repeated on many occasions that things need to get to the Parliament with adequate time so that we can read and we can ensure we follow the proper procedures.
There you go. Both sides of Parliament has committed this at all times. The both sides of Parliament need to make sure that the clerk of the House get whatever they have to do in the Parliament. A member's motion or a tabling of a bill or something 2 days before. I want you to listen to what they're saying.
We were in fact notified by email that a motion would come, but it didn't come until just before I got to Parliament. And it does take some time to review and ensure that motions are properly laid. A signed copy of the motion came to me at the desk when Member Paulwell came to the desk during the sitting of the Parliament. And I just came out for a moment a while ago and I note the opposition walking out. I was coming back to tell them I'd gone out because I was just completing my review so that they could go ahead and debate if they so choose. However, even though they heard as much, they continued to walk out. Member Charles?
Madam Speaker, it is unfortunate that the opposition, and I say this with all seriousness, because Jamaica is watching us. It is so unfortunate that the opposition has chosen to walk out on this issue. The opposition is led by an attorney at law who is fully aware that there is no ambiguity in the rule of sub judice. It is a rule that is essential in preventing interference in legal proceedings and preventing the risk of undermining the fairness of any trial or any matter that is before the court being adjudicated. But what will happen is that they will use it as a tool to attempt to cause persons looking on to think that there is an effort to block the motion. And that is what is unfortunate, the continuous effort to manipulate the minds of Jamaican people. And what I find disgusting is the discussions around integrity by persons who are willing to break down the integrity of this court proceeding for their own pursuit of power. In the pursuit of power, they're willing to breach, destroy, and cast away the rules, the standing orders, the law, anything that has to be done. Tear down people, mash up the country's reputation, all because of the pursuit of power.
As a matter of fact, we shouldn't discuss it. It must be ignored, Madam Speaker. It has not reached the rules, regulation, and so on. Shouldn't be discussed in the first place. It must be ignored. As the value that it is, it must be ignored.
Sorry,
Member, in response, as
sorry, hold on a minute for me. Why I started back over, I was informed a while ago that the email reached in time. Let me listen to what the speaker said about the email. All right?
you realize we have, and myself particularly as speaker, have repeated on many occasions that things need to get to the parliament with adequate time so that we can read and we can ensure we follow the proper procedures. We were in fact notified by email that a motion would come, but it didn't come until just before I got to parliament. And it does take some time to review and ensure that motions are properly laid.
All right. They said it, this is what she said. It didn't come on time, but it did came right before parliament. Listen to some more of this, please. Is this a plan for them to get up out of the parliament and to block this thing? But based on all of this, what we are drifting from, the rules of the parliament stated that you must send your resolution or your member's motion or whatever 2 days before the actual sitting of the parliament. Before the actual sitting of the parliament. So in what I am here saying to myself, because it did not come 2 days before the parliament, and today before the actual sitting of the parliament, the prime minister's lawyers decide to file or whatever in the Supreme Court. Listen to this, please.
A signed copy of the motion came to me at the desk when Member Paulwell came to the desk during the sitting of the parliament. And I just came out for a moment a while ago and I note the opposition walking out. I was coming back to tell them I'd gone out because I was just completing my review so that they could go ahead and debate if they so choose. However, even though they heard as much, they continued to walk out. Member Charles?
Hold on. People are saying I'm taking JLP talking point. I am not. I am not. The rules of the parliament stated that you must send your resolution or your member's motion or whatever to the parliament 2 days before. 2 days before the rule book of the parliament said it. I'm not taking for anybody. So although the opposition leader came to the parliament today, as a matter of fact, whenever I can get head boy on the program, head boy, if you're hearing me, can you come and clarify something here with me? The fact of the matter is, he should be allowed to speak, don't get me wrong. But because whatever is before the court. They're telling them not to do it. What I am saying, if this thing was put before the parliament, sent to the clerk of the house, 2 days, there is absolutely no way the speaker and the deputy speaker and everybody on the JLP side could stop opposition leader from speaking. And you hear what the speaker said? She was coming back for them to allow them to speak. She should have allowed them to speak all along, yes. But we must bear in mind that the rules of the parliament say X, Q, Y, Z. Me not talk for nobody, talk for nobody. Is what the rule of the parliament say. And they go the rule of the parliament for everybody. Listen to this.
Madam Speaker, it is unfortunate that the opposition, and I say this with all seriousness, because Jamaica is watching us. It is so unfortunate that the opposition has chosen to walk out on this issue. The opposition is led by an attorney at law who is fully aware that there is no ambiguity in the rule of sub judice. It is a rule that is essential in preventing interference in legal proceedings and preventing the risk of undermining the fairness of any trial or any matter that is before the court being adjudicated. But what will happen is that they will use it as a tool to attempt to cause persons looking on to think that there is an effort to block the motion. And that is what is unfortunate, the continuous effort to manipulate the minds of Jamaican people. And what I find disgusting is the discussions around integrity by persons who are willing to break down the integrity of this court proceeding for their own pursuit of power. I
want to stop this because I have Head Boy on the program here now with me. I want to stop this. Head Boy.
Yes, Jeffrey, good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Can you
Good evening, man.
explain to us here on the program here? There is does the Parliament of Jamaica has a rule? In other words, in the well, maybe it's a rule, not a rule, but in the book it stated that you have to send in your things 2 days before the Parliament. Is that so?
Well, there is no timeline for notices for motions, meaning motions by members, because there's normally a period in the standing orders to allow motions to be tabled. Yes, that's one. Remember now that it was not it was also a private member's motion. Yeah.
Right.
Which means that the member is invoking the privileges of the standing orders to allow him to proceed in doing that. Yeah. That's the only time a member in the House has more power than the Speaker, is when they invoke the powers of private members' motion. Yeah? And they must be protected by the Speaker. But what they did today was a breach of the very rules that they have agreed to, because even if the explanation, because if you listen to Ms. Holness's explanation, her thing was she was prepared to have had the discussion. She just did not want to hear the motion because it was in relation to her to her husband, so she recused herself for that part. But
right, and hold on there. And based on the rules of the Parliament, you're supposed to excuse yourself, just like in a court of law. If a judge is presiding over a case and the judge knows the person who comes in front of her or him, the judge needs to accuse himself. Am I wrong or am I right?
No, yeah, but same in corporate practices as well. If you are if you're a CFO for a company and someone is bidding for a contract and you are close to the individual, you will have to recuse yourself from the bidding process. It's done in corporate world as well. So what they did was uh, what you'd call they're trying to use them brain in plain old Jamaican language. Yeah, they might play smart because what happened? They used they invoked that privilege. They went into the court because it's a frivolous case with Integrity Commission, by the way. Yeah, it must have been that they got wind of the um, motion that Mark Golding was going to table today. No confidence motion. Yes, and what was going to happen was they knew the only way they could stop him from speaking that into Hansard is if they had a court case. You realize the timing that those documents were filed?
Yes.
Right today, right before the sitting. So when you look at it, you know that it is their thing. They're playing smart. They're playing smart. But not he Holness must know that he's only confirming in the minds of many Jamaicans that he is even more nefarious than we thought. Yeah?
Right.
Because I don't see the need. And this young cub, Charles, yeah, I tell you, I have utmost respect for the gentleman. But sir, you're defending the indefensible. And you are willing to put your political capital on the line for Holness. Is where Holness put you no man. As my granny would have said, must be that Holness give them in bad pan water for drink.
Hmm.
Because nobody could be blindly following um, Holness at this period in their life. Yeah? He has done. I mean, it is, and you know what is really hurtful all the time when it comes to seriousness being brought into the house. You always find that at the center of it are certain key members in the house who only they stand there as stonewallers. So when it's not Colonel Charles Juvenile, they're right up. When it's not they're right up,
I don't know what's going on with your I don't know what's going on with you. Something's wrong with the system again, head boy.
you know much better now.
No. It's
Yeah.
breaking up, boy. I don't know what's going on with head boy
Jeffrey,
system. Yes, go ahead, man. I can hear you.
I really don't know. Yeah, well, it seems like your friends are here.
Possibility. They're tracking us.
Well. Well, in the midst of their tracking, let us say that did you see the Usain Bolt post?
Yes, I read it today.
Right. And you hear Usain Bolt say, remember that time longer than rope.
Time longer than rope,
Remember that.
yes.
Yeah. So I want to tell them now that time is longer than rope. Yeah.
Yes. I want to go back to this with the House of Representatives, and I also want to play Mr. Golden's
Let me call it
speech.
straight. Let me call it straight because it's obvious that this is
Yes.
happening. I don't
Yes.
know when they start doing this. Let me call it straight.
No problem. I want you all to listen to this. Listen to what went on to the Parliament. I'm gonna play Mr. Golden speech outside of Parliament that he gave.
They're willing to breach, destroy, and cast away the rules, the standing orders, the law, anything that has to be done. Tear down people, mash up the country's reputation.
But Mr. Charles, the Prime Minister is mashing up the country reputation already, sir. The Prime Minister mashing up his own reputation, sir. So you don't come and tell us about he's trying to mash up the country's reputation. Huh? The PM has mashed up his own reputation. So I don't understand what you're talking about. When you have a prime minister who's the leader of a country, whose statute of the question cannot be certified, 28 bank accounts, Mr. Charles, and you come in and tell us that they're mashing up the prime minister's reputation. What about the reputation of Jamaica? So it says what? You put country last and put yourself first? No wonder Hussein Bolt wrote what he wrote on his Twitter page. No wonder Mr. Bolt wrote what he wrote on his Twitter page. Because quite obvious, you people don't understand certain things in this country. It's all about you. It's not about Jamaica and the people of this country. It's about your party and yourself. And it can't be about your party and yourself. It has to be about this country. And Mr. Hussein Bolt page. Hussein Bolt wrote, let me take off this thing here. On Hussein Bolt page, he wrote, his Twitter page, they're banking on the country's youth to love. They're banking on the country's youth love for country. But ask yourself, do they love their country or themselves? Then he wrote at the bottom part of it, time longer than rope, remember that. One of Jamaica's icon who lost how much money in SSL. But in the same breath, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, money was transferred to his account from SSL. Huh? How you think Hussein Bolt feel about the political climate in this country? That prompt the young man to write on his Twitter page. They're banking on the country's youth. They're banking on the country's youth's love for country. But ask yourself, do they love their country or themselves? And he wrote at the bottom part of it, time longer than rope. Good night, head boy. Welcome back to the program.
Yes, definitely. So, the clip you played a while ago, what was that clip? Because I was trying to catch it, but
I haven't played the clip as yet. Remember, I can play the clip now with
okay.
opposition leader Mark Golden.
Reading the thing outside?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to play that. I hope I have it here. I know I have done. Yes, here it is. I want you all to listen to what opposition leader Golden said outside the Parliament of Jamaica when they didn't allow. This is the 2 time now, you know. It's 2 time now. This party do not allow Jamaica's opposition leader, who is a part of the government.
Yes.
The opposition leader is a part of the government of this country.
And in fact, Jeffrey, I want people to realize this, that in the house, the second person in the house is not the house leader, it's the opposition leader.
Of course.
Because he controls one side of the house. Yeah?
Of course.
When it comes, the other person now would be the house leader, and then it goes down to house whip, government whip, opposition whip, right? And so forth and so forth. So you are very right about that, and there has been a pattern, and no one has responded to the pattern. Yeah, Civic Jamaica has not even said anything about it. Meaning civil society and groups. Yeah.
I want you to listen to this.
Go ahead, play.
I want you to listen to this. For those who are calling, I can't take any call now because I have headboy on the phone, so I can't take any call now. Listen to what opposition leader Mark Golden said outside the Parliament of Jamaica with members of the Parliament. I cannot take any call right now because I have head boy on the phone. Listen to this.
To move a no confidence motion in Gordon House, in the House of Representatives. I was
Hold on there. Hold on there. Listen to this. Hold on. I can start it back over.
to move a no confidence motion in Gordon House, in the House of Representatives. I was prevented from doing so on what I regard to be a spurious basis, a basis that cannot hold water. The basis that was put forward was that the matters on which my motion was based are now sub judice. In other words, because the Prime Minister has apparently sought judicial review of certain matters arising from what the Integrity Commission has decided in relation to his matter. However, my motion is not dealing with the substance of that report, but is dealing with his own conduct as Prime Minister. And I wish to read the motion now so you can hear it. Whereas there is a ministerial code of conduct in place from 2002 that governs the conduct of members of the cabinet, and whereas the Prime Minister did not inform the people of Jamaica that he was being investigated by the Integrity Commission from as far back as August 2023 for illicit enrichment, and whereas the concealment of this information by the Prime Minister is a breach of the ministerial code of conduct that guided the Prime Minister in removing from office ministers serving in the cabinet over which he presided, and whereas the annual reports of the Integrity Commission for 22-23 and for 23-24 stated that several members of Parliament, initially 6 and then 8, were under investigation for illicit enrichment, but none had come forward to disclose that he or she was under investigation, and whereas the Integrity Commission's investigation report on the 17th September 2024 tabled in Parliament named the Prime Minister as being under investigation for illicit enrichment, and whereas the Prime Minister, as Chairman of Cabinet, instructed members of Cabinet not to divulge the name of any member under investigation for illicit enrichment, contrary to the spirit of the Ministerial Code of Conduct, and whereas the actions of the Prime Minister have caused and continue to cause severe damage to the trust necessary for good order and respect for public office, be it resolved that this Honourable House condemns the Prime Minister for not maintaining ethical standards of transparency and openness in government. Secondly, censures the Prime Minister for his acts of covering up and concealment of the names, including his own, of those members of the Cabinet and or Parliament of which he was and may still be aware, but has kept them in positions of influence in the Cabinet with the effect of further undermining public trust in the institutions of government, and declares that the actions of the Prime Minister have severely undermined his credibility and trustworthiness, and that he no longer enjoys the confidence of this House. That was the motion that was to be put forward today and hopefully debated next week. We did not want it debated the same day that it was tabled. The Prime Minister is not here in Jamaica. That would not be right or proper. However, we were not allowed to proceed with the tabling of the motion because the Speaker herself had removed herself because the matter affected her husband, and the Deputy Speaker ruled that the motion was improperly brought in breach of the standing orders, relying on the sub judice rule, and so the motion will not go forward. And we think that that is an abuse of the rules of Parliament, and no confidence motions have a very high place in our constitutional arrangements. If a no confidence motion is passed in Parliament, the Governor-General has to dissolve Parliament and call elections. So that is in section, I think, 64 of the Constitution, subsection 5. So for them to block the opposition from bringing a motion on the alleged basis that the matter is sub judice is really, in my view, a bad and sad day for our democracy. Again, it's an example of freedom of speech, freedom of association, our democratic principles being undermined by the misuse of power by the majority in Parliament. It's a very serious matter, and that is why we asked the media to come and hear what we had to say. Thank you.
Now that you were unable, Mr. Golding, to actually properly lay the motion before the House?
Yes.
Or does the opposition?
Head boy,
Yes,
you heard what opposition leader said? And
yes,
before you
he
come
was
on in,
actually standing on a no confidence motion.
before you come on in, head boy, I went on before all of this to talk about the rules of the parliament. As head boy came in and correct me in a way, and I want to thank him for that because I thought, in my opinion, based on based on how they did not bring in the thing 2 days before, but based on what I'm hearing now, the thing was put there. A lot of people is saying that the Speaker of the House accused herself because she didn't want Mark Golding to speak. No, she has accused herself because this is in regard to her husband and under the
Husband.
Constitution of Jamaica Speaker. She has to remove herself. Go ahead for me, head boy.
Right. So what I'm saying, and Mr. Golden has said it. So it was in fact a no confidence more. He was standing on ministerial order 2002.
Right.
Yeah, which is a code of conduct which was signed to deal with how ministers behave. Incidentally, that code was drafted as a result of what happened with Operation Pride. Yeah, so it was drafted up it was drafted in 2002 to deal with that. Now, every single person within the parliament signs to that code. Particularly ministers also sign to it at a more serious level because they're engaged in ministries. Yeah?
Yes.
What Matt Golden was doing, he was not referring to the case. He was referring that within the house there's sufficient evidence in front of the house to say they have no confidence in the man. You understand what I'm saying,
Yes.
Jeffrey?
Yes.
So he was not standing on, even if they had the legal case. Because I went and looked back at something. Even if they had the legal case, it does not preclude, which it does not limit the house from having limited, if you may, discussion surrounding the matter without going into any evidence. Because look at this. The house does not have to answer any evidence. An organ of the house has sent a report, and remember the IC is a part of the parliament,
Of course.
It's an arm of the parliament.
And,
right?
and the Prime Minister himself was the one who helped to select the IC members.
Exactly. So when you look at it, Jeffrey, these guys are crazy. Right? These guys are operating like some hillbilly Republicans who telling you that Trump still won 2020. Yeah?
Let
This
me
is the
ask you this.
sort of bit.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, let me ask you this question, though, headboard. There is more on the Labour Party side than the PNP side. I don't remember how this private member motion worked. And they put it in the parliament. Say he went to the parliament to be tabled. That's what the opposition leader said. They wanted to just speak about it today and come next week when the prime minister is enough in parliament. They table it more. Do you think?
So what would happen?
Yes.
What would happen? Let me explain quickly. What would happen? The motion would have been tabled today.
Yes.
So it wouldn't have been debated. It would have just been tabled. Yeah. But in order for a motion, remember, now we're going back to Civics 101, that in order for a motion is not a bill. So it does not require extensive reading. A motion is normally something a member moves under the privileges that he or she has.
Right.
Yeah. So it doesn't require extensive reading. And once it does not violate the rules of the House, typically those motions are tabled and debated the same day, or they're debated upon the agreed time by the members. So Mark Golding could have been nefarious and said let's run the motion, but if they don't run it without the man being there. And even if they voted, and I see the question you're going, even if they voted
Mm-hmm.
and they had the numbers on their side and the motion was defeated, the fact still remains unanswered. There was a motion of no confidence brought against him.
Right, against and this has never happened before in Jamaica's history.
No, it has never happened where the one time alone a no confidence motion was brought was in. You remember when we had the Dodo Tivoli incursion
Yes, against Bruce Golden.
against Bruce Golden? Outside of that, there has never been. So this would be the first. And what they did, they attempted to crush the motion so that that would never have happened. Because you must understand, there's a song I love that if you run from your shadow,
Yes.
you can never catch it. So what is happening? Holness is running from the shadow of Bruce Golden. Yeah? Remember, he lost in the shadow of Bruce Golden. But
Indeed.
he has presided over an administration that was way worse than when Bruce Golden was Prime Minister. And that's the truth. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So he knows his strength because remember what he's more fearful of than anything. I tell you, it's two things this man is afraid of. He's afraid of the FID and he's afraid of having a no confidence motion in the House.
So let me ask this question though, headboard. A no confident motion is put to the Parliament of Jamaica by the opposition, the people's opposition. It's not the
Yes.
PNP opposition, it's the people's of Jamaica opposition, the Parliament
Yeah.
opposition. It's put before the Parliament of Jamaica. And let's say, whatever, they call it down over numbers or whatever. At least, it is in the Hansard, it is in the books of the Parliament that a no members motion was put against the Prime Minister. But on the other hand, the Prime Minister himself decided to go. Thank you, Ms. Williams, the King's opposition. The Prime Minister himself decided to go the route of the law. Would that be something that, would stop them in a sense from doing it?
No, because all right, Jeffrey,
If I make any sense to you.
let's look at it again.
Yes.
Right? And let's do it simple. Motion tabled in the House. There's a thing called privileges of members. Right? Under such privilege, a member has a right to table a motion. Doesn't matter on what. The member can table a motion and that the sky is getting too close in the grill. Yeah? So they can table what they want. Once they're within the rules of the House. The motion now, in relation to what Mark Golding was doing, which is a no confidence motion, it is a special kind of motion. Yeah? Because, as stated, it's a no confidence motion, so it is given a certain privilege. That's one. Two, remember that, and he explained it, that no confidence motion, if passed in the House, will see the Governor General dissolve in the House.
And
remember, he said that,
Yes, and when the GG dissolved the House, the Governor General has to call election.
Straight to the polls.
Yes.
So what we're saying, what I'm saying in connection to that it is no ordinary motion. It's no ordinary privilege motion. If you understand this, it is considered a privilege motion.
Right.
Yeah. So when that is being tabled, the government, in fact, meaning not the JLP, but the governing side with the majority, yeah, their role is to facilitate the tabling of it. And that's what, let me tell you something. I'm going to I read something today, and Mrs. Holness thinks she's smart, but she's not all that clever. Yeah?
Go ahead.
She knew what was going to happen.
Oh, yes.
And let me tell you why. This was so orchestrated. that at the time when they were getting up to come in, to go out, when the opposition members were going out, who was walking in?
Mrs. Holness.
So she couldn't have walked in long time and intervene.
When all the ruckus was going on, you're correct, you know. And I think that is what I got a call off here a while ago from a very good friend of mine, Miss P. And Miss P was saying that to me, and I was saying to Miss P, no man. But when it come to think about, when you look at it keenly, you know,
It was orchestrated.
it was
I know this
orchestrated.
woman. I know this woman. I know this. And you see what she did? She come back and I would have allowed them to have the discussion. So what she do now is throw Heroy Clarke under the bus, and the idiot he is. Yeah? Because that, remember now, that was our strong driver, who is now a member of parliament.
So he was her
Yeah?
strong driver?
Yes.
Mama.
So poor Idibu, Heroy, right? That him now take the fall for her. Because him didn't even know what he was ruling on. You know, see him that I search the book, the paper, the book.
Yes. But
Because what
it looked really bad. This is the second time that this government has disrespected the people of Jamaica. They don't disrespect Mark Golding nor the PNP, you know.
no, I agree with you, Jeffrey, you're right. You
They
are
have
right. And it is so,
disrespected the people of this country. And to occasion, the Prime Minister himself walk off the job as Prime Minister when he walk out of the Parliament.
mm-hmm.
And now they don't at that time they don't allow the opposition leaders to speak.
But let me tell you what their issue. Their issue is you have to understand, you know. You have to see with them, right? Yesterday they had a battery in the Northeast Center. Yeah? 10% Mister. No, what name? Matthew. 10% Matthew, right? Matthew chapter 10, right? Him can't talk to them. Him can't talk. Wholeness is on the decline in the JLP. Let me reveal something to your listeners, Jeffrey, because you know it's a
Go ahead.
long time I don't go in my grip. Yeah? And when I go in my grip, I have my files in there, you know. So do you know what is going to happen now in Northeast Center?
No.
Okay. So at annual conference this year, the first in over 22 years, right? Because Shiny won that seat in 2002 in a by-election, same by-election as well. Yeah? That it is the first in 22 years Northeast Centre would have less delegates than it has ever had before in its entire 22 years under the leadership of Shiny and even Marshall. Yeah?
And that don't look good for the party at all.
But let me tell you why it no look good for wholeness. You know, understand what happened, you know. Right? What happened? Remember the JLP is not run like the PNP, you know. The PNP have a thing where it's delegates. So you join a group of 10, one person is an appointed delegate. Yeah? Constituency, regional, constituency, and then regional. Right? So you go from the constituencies in a group and become delegates. In the JLP, that's not how delegates are selected. They don't have a group structure. Yeah? They're not as organized politically as the PNP. So what they have is the constituencies who win by the largest margin of victory. They're allotted delegates slots for that amount. Right? So it's like they have a basic structure. So if you run like say Central Clarendon, your migrant normally win by about 2,000, 3,000 votes. Right? That is why when Audley Shaw came so close to Wholeness, because he had people like Central Clarendon, South Trelawney with Dalrymple, yeah, Northeast Manchester where Audley was winning by 1,500 to 2,000 votes, yeah, in his good days. So for Wholeness now, having removed a former Audley Shaw supporter, Marsha, right?
Yes.
The constituency have less delegates to vote for him than before.
Oh. Hmm.
I wonder if you understand the
Yeah, I understand
battle
what you're
that
saying,
they're
yes.
in. So now, Northeast Centre, which used to be a constituency, was winning by about 1,000, 2,000, thereabout. 1,000 to 1,500, about there, 1,500 to 2,000 votes. It would be ranked in some of the top 10 delegates, constituency with delegates.
Yes.
So that is why when Andrew was running in 2013, 14, he brought Shiny with him because she had the delegates. You see everything connecting what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
So now it was his hope that Matthew would have. That's why they were aiming. Why do you think they were aiming for the 10,000 votes?
Mm-hmm.
It would have given. It would have given them the single largest delegate count in the entire party.
Mm-hmm. Hold on there for
There
me,
is
head
a.
boy. Head boy, hold on there for me. I
Mhm.
have with me my good friend and mentor, Robert Finzi Smith. So, sir,
Ah,
welcome to the program.
Yes, sir. I see you still trying to get me in trouble.
Finzi, good night. Good night, Uncle Finzi.
Hey, boss man. You see, the whole world is about to be on fire.
That's what I
Yes,
realized.
yes, with Iran. Iran just fired over into 180 rockets
Into Israel.
into Israel.
The start
They're
of World War III.
trying to discover whether or not the Iron Dome is effective.
The testing, they're just looking for holes.
Well, here's the problem now. The Israel I know not going to sit down and make it go just so.
That's
Well,
what I know for a fact.
but
That's correct.
let me ask you a question, Mr. Finzi. Let's come back home to Jamaica now. You see what's going on in the
Mhm.
parliament?
You want to get me in trouble. Um, yeah, I got a glimpse.
So, what is your comment on that?
Um, there's a saying, you can run, but you can't hide.
Hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought that did anybody take a stock of how many government members were in the parliament today?
Not a
Yes.
lot.
Then that I thought you're smarter than that, man. Head boy, not a talking about now. If
Yes.
leader of the opposition had been successful in making the presentation that I'm certain would have culminated with his asking for a vote of no confidence, the numerical quantity of the government may not have been sufficient to stall it.
Mm.
Yes,
You're
you're right.
correct, you know.
Because there were a lot of them that were absent.
Exactly. I remember that.
And that could be by design, by the way, my friend.
Yes.
Mm.
I
Because
remember
let me I was about
election in St. still going on. So people still up and down in euphoric quantity of 10% of the vote. But what I'm pointing out is an opportune time to call a no confidence vote if you have sufficient quantity in the house that could quite possibly pass it.
yes.
Mm.
And if you get there on the basis of unparliamentary behavior, it have nothing to do with what is in the what you call it in the
In the
courts.
court.
It has to do
Exactly.
with what happens in parliament.
I want to thank you for that, Uncle Finzi, because I was saying the same thing to Jeffrey a while ago that the motion that was tabled to that Mr. Golding attempted to table had nothing to do with the legal matter
To do with the
in
legal
that
ramifications
that
of
was for. Yeah.
not correctly making your proceeds of I almost said your proceeds of earnings be properly presented. It had to do with unparliamentary behavior, such as
In,
making a claim
yeah.
that you knew nothing of something that was all about you.
But let me ask you this
Exactly.
question, Sir Finzi Smith.
And he
Yes, sir.
lied. But hold on, before you go no further, Jeffrey, quickly.
Mhm.
And I want to say, because this is something that is also another breach of parliament. You cannot mislead the house, meaning knowingly mislead the house. You know that you can be suspended for that.
Yes, yes. If you misled the house and it is proven that you did so with malice aforethought, it has consequences.
Hmm. But let me
So go ahead, Jeffrey. Go
let
ahead.
me ask you this question, Sir Smith.
Uh-huh.
Don't it look bad and disrespectful that on 3 occasions now, the governing Jamaica Labour Party will not allow the people's opposition, not Mark Golden and the PNP opposition, the people's opposition, from addressing the Parliament of Jamaica?
No, but I don't understand why you're surprised. They spent a great deal of money to be able to do that, and we all saw it coming and said nothing. I'm talking about the microphone system,
Yes.
because the speaker has absolute power over whether you can talk or not just by the gavel. You just flick a switch and you can talk.
And that's for one too. But when you have when you don't allow the opposition to even address the Parliament when it comes on to the budget debate, and now this, and before there was something else again. I don't know what the second one was, but the third one is this one now. It does not look good on the Parliament of this country.
But I tell you something, I admire the loyalty of the Deputy Speaker, because he's currently performing a task that should be done by the Speaker, but will have its own ramifications in terms of people looking on and going, oh.
Hmm.
So he's taking the blows.
Hmm.
Somebody says something today and it's interesting. They said this should be fascinating because every time the government or the Prime Minister takes somebody to court, their record is not pristine in terms of winning. I don't think they've won anything.
but he doesn't realize though, Finsey Smith, that he going to the Supreme Court about the Integrity Commission is open up another can of worms on himself.
Yes, it's a matter of attempting to stifle the Integrity Commission.
But on the 55 1, 2, and 3 of the Integrity Commission Act, they can't sue the Integrity Commission.
Did someone inform the lawyers representing the Prime Minister of this?
I don't think so, not. I think they're a bunch of buffoons.
But you must understand that lawyers are creatures of instruction. A
Oh.
doctor can diagnose your illness regardless of your wish it that it is not cancer. If a doctor says cancer, he have to tell you that's cancer. You can't tell a doctor your findings will not be cancer. If it is cancer, it's cancer. Legally, it's a different matter. When you tell a doctor, regardless of his opinion, what you want done, they have to carry out the wishes of the client.
So in other words, the lawyer may say to the client, no, you can't go down that road. He said, no, you can't go down that road.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to do it.
Some matter no, you can't go down the road. And the client says, you will go down that road.
Oh. If you advise him the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Sir Finsey Smith,
Mm-hmm.
would you advise him to go down this route?
Bearing in mind that I have not crossed the floor in terms of my legal qualifications, I just do a lot of reading. If you're asking me if I had been called to the bar, what my advice would have been,
Go ahead.
my advice would have been more on a conciliatory mediation note rather than full out attack. There's too much to lose if you lose that.
Mm.
It's like a man reaching home too late and his wife calls him on it. And rather than saying, I may have had one drink too many and I apologize, can we move forward? You say, you have no right to ask me where I'm coming from. Then the next problem could be divorce.
Mm. So in other words, the next problem for the Prime Minister may be the way down Timber Hill, going down to Warwick Hill where there was no angel in Green Bay.
You know, I promised myself if I stopped by, it wouldn't be for long. And it seems that my brief sojourn with you, you're intent on getting the most out of it, right? But I am going to disappoint you. I'm going to govern my tongue.
but Jeffrey and Finzi,
Yes.
amongst the humor, right? And I want, because I'm glad I know with the experience of Sir Finzi, I want us to look at the Northeast by-election. And why I'm saying this, Sir Finzi, is you know that constituency, there's 43,000 vote electors down there. Yeah? At any given time, you're not going to get it sticks with the voter turnout anywhere in between 40%. So you might get 18,000, 15 to 16,000 on either side coming out to vote. Yeah? Meaning when you add up everybody. Yeah? From 2002 until 2020, the JLP has always won that seat in the amount of 8,000 or 9,000. They have never gone under 9,000 votes. Yeah? They have never gone under 8,000 votes, sorry. Yeah? The PNP though has a ceiling in that seat, meaning anybody who runs for the PNP is going to get about 6,000 votes there. Yeah? So when if I were the JLP, I'll be worried, because when you look at that 10% that come out to vote, it's a by-election. They're running against themselves, by the way, because nobody running with them. Yeah? And you could not bring out even 6,000. Even 6,000, yeah?
How much did the other two people get?
One
The
get 200
other,
and something vote, and one get 13 something, my 40 something vote, I think.
yeah, that's the UIC guy. Uh-huh.
It's interesting to know is that they got any votes what at all.
Huh?
It's interesting to note that
Uh-huh.
they got any votes at all.
Right.
Now
No, but that's
imagine
also an indie.
serious party had put their foot in the ring. What would be the result? That's what I'm putting to you. And then go back to the local government elections and see how much money they actually, the divisions that they won and how much them win them by.
Yeah, I look back at the numbers, because that's what you compare. Remember, you have to compare the numbers, right? Let's start with exchange. Exchange was won by over 800 votes. Yeah, comfortably. Sentence another 1,000 something. Limal 800 and something, and Ocherius 500 and something.
So technically that parish council division turn orange.
Exactly.
Let me come on in here. You finish it, head boy? About that part? Head boy.
Go ahead, go
Yes.
ahead, Jeffrey. Go ahead.
Sir Smith, let me ask you this question here. 28 bank accounts.
Oh, no.
One was open without any money in it.
Uh-huh.
Can you, Robert Finzi Smith, a Jamaican citizen, go to a bank in Jamaica and open an account without any money in there?
I have not attempted it, so I'm not in a position to say it can't happen. But if one had asked me previously, I would have said banking regulations, stringent as they now are, would have made it difficult, if not impossible.
How do you see this now? How does it look on the international scene? The Integrity Commission cannot verify a Prime Minister's statutory declaration. And he has 28 bank accounts. It's 28 or 24, one of the two. And how does that look on the international scene from your point of view, Francis Smith?
Not being on the international scene or being mandated to speak on their behalf,
Yes.
I can say the amount would raise eyebrows. And as such, it would be incumbent on the holder to clarify, because Jamaicans have a bad habit of going, if it don't go so, it nearly goes so.
Mm-hmm.
So it would suit you to clear that up as quickly as possible.
And for him to be one account, never have no money, and all of a sudden money from SSL coming to that account, they don't look good at all, Francis Smith.
Well, I've heard people, ironically, I'm speaking to you from an establishment that serves spirits. But
Server?
an establishment that serves spirits. You call it rum bar.
Oh, you mean the distill, the cane juice of the distill, something like that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Not that I'm imbibing, I just pass through. But my thing is, I was called to the bar. Yeah. My thing is, when you look at it,
which is the bar you're talking about, Francis Smith?
what I need to understand is perception. Perception is a hell of a thing.
Yes.
And people's perception isn't that great. And those who defend vociferously do so on the basis of emotion rather than fact.
Mm-hmm.
That is the problem. There's a comment that was made previously that I will not claim authorship of, but I will report on it, where they said a check should be made to find out if the amount of money missing from Mr. Bolt's account coincided with the amount of money transferred from SSL to the Prime Minister's account. Not making any accusation. The person just said it would be an interesting look.
And by the way, did you hear what Mr. Bolt wrote on his Twitter page, Francis Smith?
The reference to country boy, I don't want to use country boy, yeah.
My God. that as a security analyst, Smith. Do you think the Americans are looking on?
What kind of stupid question that, Jeffrey? Of course they're looking.
I'm just asking you. I mean, come on.
I mean, if you are a cruel person, you would say that the unrest in the Middle East would be a welcome respite from their attention.
Well,
have you speaking of that, occurred to you that the early enthusiastic support of Israel by our Prime Minister may somehow create a backfire situation now?
Yes. Come to think of it, that's true, you know.
No, but remember this 1 second. They changed their positions, you know, on Israel, you know.
After pressure from social media?
No, not pressure from social media. Remember what happened? Let me give you the background. Your good friend, Jeffrey, Minister Bartlett, right? Remember they were doing this tour of Saudi Arabia. They were trying to get Saudi investors to come and invest in Jamaica in different things, not just the hotels alone, but other industries. The Saudis met with them in 2019, agreed and everything. the war started in Israel with Hamas and Israel a year ago.
Mhm.
Jamaica kept on abstained from voting, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one. When they abstained from voting, in about couple months down the road, which was just early this year, the Saudi foreign minister was doing some tours throughout the Caribbean, and it's coincidental that he ended up in Jamaica in the middle of the night meeting with Holness. And 2 weeks after, Jamaica explained that their position has changed.
Smith?
Money talks
So
and male cow feces walks.
that's what I know. And so they had, what's his name? Minister, because the star on the Middle East for them is Minister, what's his name, at industry.
Auburn
The
Hill.
man who that the man who they said in Oman should not be, the Bank of Oman said an individual who is now a minister should never be seen near a bank. Yeah?
Wow.
Nor near controlling anybody's money. I can give you the report from Oman. Yeah?
Wow.
But he still has very good connections in the Middle East, and so they're using that connection. But the truth be told is that they changed their position. And you see now he's pilfering, because we're having this discussion on world affairs. He's actually pitching to India. Now, why do you think he's pitching to India? We
In
forget that India is the largest pharmaceutical producer in the world now. They have taken over all of that industry. Now, Tufton, you realize is Tufton on the trip with him?
No, Tufton is in Washington, D.C. promoting his private book.
Okay, that he wrote during the pandemic.
Yes. And the question must be
Right.
asked, is the minister using taxpayers' money to travel to promote his book?
No,
no,
when him come back, you ask who paid for the trip and let him show the proof. You don't make no noise yet, man. You're making noise too much.
you two are missing the point.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Tufton, Minister Tufton, wrote a book during the pandemic.
Yes.
The Prime Minister wrote a dissertation for a degree during the pandemic.
And the Prime Minister wrote a
28
world-class
bank
book to
accounts.
open bank accounts during the pandemic.
Well, I'm not going there with you. I'm just simply saying it's fascinating how they managed to manage the country's affairs while writing during this time.
Maybe they have ghostwriters.
You know something? If I stick around with you people much longer, they will track where I am, and the next time you hear from me is me asking for bail.
No, but I'm saying, the song that says it must be a duck and a gun, man. But I'm not find out
No,
yet.
but
Right?
Smith, on a very serious note, during the pandemic, Jamaica's Prime Minister was busy opening 28 bank accounts.
Actually, it started before the pandemic, but it seemed to have gathered steam. I'm not sure.
Oh Lord.
Let me say what Finzi won't say, or I won't want to say. Simply put, and I'm not going to put you in any legal trouble, Jeffrey. But simply put, AdMatch was shut down in 2020. The three companies, meaning Imperium, Estate Bridge, and the other one, Green Emerald, right? Those three companies were open right in the middle of the pandemic, September, October, and one was open in April of the same 2020. This was the same year when we could not get the man's first time declarations then for 2020, and him just did bring the 2019-2020 declarations, right?
Let
So
me
he was able to.
What we should ask, these
Go ahead.
things are being done behind the mask you are forced to wear in the pandemic.
But Smith,
I think I need to go in. The longer I stay with you people is the more trouble I get into.
But Sir Smith, let me ask you this question, though, Sir Smith. And,
Yeah.
and when you look into all of what is going on here,
Mhm.
can you send to the tax administration of Jamaica that your company make money, but you file and nil return?
It is not a position I've attempted to gain, much less hold.
But
Sometimes
what's
when
an
I
example?
open my mouth, people question my sanity. If I try that, they wouldn't question it. They would just say, lock him up.
But when you look into all of this, Mr. Smith, isn't that setting a bad example to the young people of this country?
Um,
Everybody else?
how can I answer that safely? It is an unfortunate position for someone to study as a means in life.
Yes.
No,
I
it's cracking me up, man.
I will talk to you sometime tomorrow.
Yes.
But
Well, you're going already, Vincent.
oh yeah, it's safer. The boy and myself will speak where there are less eyes and ears.
Okay.
But I tell you
Okay,
this
so
much,
Cindy, all the best.
them say it's not a good look.
Uh-huh.
It's not a good look. Unfortunate.
No, it's not. It's
The
not.
country is in a
But
crisis,
but
though, Sir Smith.
but hold on. And Finzi knows this, right? And this is where we're going to depart. Because gentlemen, I don't know about you, but I need to see Tim Walz beating up the weird guy in the debate tonight.
But it
Yeah?
will soon start, eh?
It's supposed to start.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not start 9 o'clock.
It soon finish. It's at 9:33, 9:36.
Oh well, gentlemen, let me make this point and run. Finzi, you realize the report has gone to that they refer the report to FID, FSC, and the TAG, right?
Mhm.
So, which indicates that the Integrity Commission is of the view that the report is incomplete, so they can't certify it, which the commissioner did say. Yeah?
Mhm.
You made all that point. My thing is phobia towards FID because his former advisor turned senator, turned minister of education, Ruel Reid, was taken out of his house at 5 a.m. by the FID. You remember
Yes. I'm
that? So,
wondering if that's a precedence.
yes, so there is a precedent for the FID going after him, and that is why they are begging now to close the report.
So what you've just said is the motivation for the request for judicial review. Because if
Yes,
that is going on, you can't be pulling anybody out of them house in that time of morning whilst that is going on.
exactly.
Because it would
So
be
it's a delay.
presumption of
It's
guilt.
also a delay tactic.
But hold on there. How can it be? But how can it go through though if you can't sue the Integrity Commission?
I
They're
think
not.
that,
Hold on.
use my words advisedly, the attack on the Integrity Commission is ill-advised.
Yes, it is. But
It's ill-advised.
hold on now. Finzi and Jeffrey, I want you to understand that they are not. And when you listen, because I listened to the full report today, I want to actually see the filing that they filed. But when you listen to what they filed,
Yes.
they were in fact asking for a judicial review. It's not so much as a lawsuit.
Yes, it was a lawsuit.
A,
Judicial review. Yeah.
it's a judicial review. So what they're asking the court to do, I'm not no lawyer, but I'm called to the bar like Finzi. And I can tell you that what they're asking for is a declaratory judgment from the court. Yeah? In essence, they want the court to answer these questions. If the court responds, it will become a declaratory judgment. You see what I'm saying, Finzi?
I know
Once
exactly
that
what you said.
becomes once that becomes a declaratory judgment, then it becomes now precedent. And
Not only
so
that,
that's what
it
they're trying. That's what they're actually attempting to do to get a declaration from the court. If the powers that the Integrity Commission has taken upon itself, it has, which is by the way, it have them because of them give them it. The Integrity Commission could not do anything that it can do unless it is governed by the rules that govern it,
Mm-hmm.
But then what they're doing to, and I'm going to point it out to the public, they're putting these two gentlemen's life at risk. And let
yes,
me tell you why. In a charged political environment like Jamaica, why are you suing Mr. Beresford and Mr. Ryan? What is it? Evans' name?
Yeah, but yes, I think
Oh,
they're Anderson. What are they two?
which is the same guy that Warmington labeled as a PNP during some discussions in the Integrity Commission thing.
Yes.
I am saying that you're putting these commissioners' lives at risk. What should have happened? Why didn't he just sue the Integrity Commission and done? If that's the case,
yeah. Why
why you have
personalize?
to put the man name?
But
Yes, Robert.
here's the thing I'm leaving you with.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you not realize? A lawyer once told me, one that didn't have to be called to this kind of bar, a proper lawyer, said the best defense about a defamatory charge is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You are now forcing the Integrity Commission to pull out all the stops to defend their action, which may
And how do
reveal
you-
that they were doing too.
Mm-hmm.
So, in other words, then, Fincy Smith, all that they're doing, maybe
You're digging a hole.
they're digging a hole for themselves. Then
Well, do you know the first rule when you find yourself in a hole?
try climb out of the hole.
No, stop dig.
Oh my God!
Gentlemen, it has been a pleasure sharing this few moments with you, but I'm going to go outside and look to see if there are any blue lights waiting on me.
No man, they
All
won't be
right,
there at all, Fincy Smith.
all the best, my friend.
Robert
All the
Fincy
best.
Smith, security consultant.
We will talk, Ed boy.
Okay, my friend. Yeah, definitely.
All right, Sir Smith, thank you for coming on.
Good.
Good. That's
Mhm.
one
Boy,
of Jamaica's
that's Mr.
outspoken.
Finzi Smith,
Yes, indeed.
the man in him element, man. The man in him element. Anyway, Jeffrey, I have to run and leave you because I cannot not listen to my Minnesotan governor. That's
Yes.
Tim Walz. You know, I'm a big fan of the state of Minnesota. So I got to hear my guy.
All right, my friend. We're gonna open the phone lines
All
for
right.
people to call in. Thank you for calling. Thank you
All
for
the
coming
best.
on.
All the best.
Thank you. The numbers to call is 954-529-8030. That was Robert Finzi Smith. Good night. Welcome to the Mek Wi Talk program. You're live.
How are you doing, my friend?
I am here looking and living, man. Go ahead.
Yes, man. Yes. I was listening to,
What happened to your phone?
Principal. Ed boy.
What happened to your phone? So I can't hear you.
All right.
You see that?
Yeah,
You see
man,
that
it
the,
was-
the Labour Party bug your phone?
Huh?
You see that the Labour Party bug your phone? Anyway, go
I
ahead. I'm
some
just
certain
kidding. Go ahead. I'm
conspiracy I
just kidding.
don't
Go ahead.
subscribe to. So yeah, man. So I was listening to you and the gentleman and the other gentleman that joined you, Mr. Finley, I think his name is.
Robert Finzi Smith. Yes.
And yes, so it was very interesting, especially the point about the motion that was supposed to be tabled today. And I was, by listening, the question I wanted to ask was: is there a timeline when a private member's motion could be submitted or tabling?
I think
That was one of the things I wanted.
I think opposition leader and the PNP can bring it back come next week. Hello? Yes, I'm saying to you that I think they can bring back the members' motion come next week.
Yes. Just be clear.
You're breaking up. No.
Submitted to the Speaker.
Hold on. You're breaking up big time, so I can't hear you. You're going in and out.
I am here. Yes.
Hello?
Is there when that motion fall under
I am not hearing it.
restriction?
I am not hearing you clearly, sir. Your phone is breaking up, sir. You're going in and out.
I'm hearing you loud and clear though.
But go ahead now. I hear what you said.
Ye- Yes, sir. The question I was asking, just for clarification. So a private member's motion does not fall within that 2-day stipulation that the House have. Is that clear? That's what I'm trying to
I
get
don't
clear.
think so. No, not that I know. I'm starting to be corrected, but not that I know.
Okay, all right. So on the next thing now, the Speaker of the House, who is the wife of the Prime Minister, would have to recuse herself in that tabling,
And
right
that's
or
what
wrong?
and that's what she did today, to accuse herself, to like Heroy Clarke did what she was supposed to do.
Okay, so her coming back into the House at the time when the opposition was walking out, would that be considered a ploy by the governing party to stall the tabling of the members?
What I know so far, sir. The
Mm-hmm.
Speaker of the House of Representatives is supposed to be neutral.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know so far. What happened today, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And it is something that, you know, they're trying to stop certain things from happening in the parliament.
Okay. All right. So let us go outside now with the opposition leader speaking to the media. You played a clip earlier today with the opposition leader, Mr. Knight, and I think it was Miss Motley who accompanied her to that press conference. And in that clip, he stated that the Prime Minister was aware from May. Was it May? Yeah, May from May of 2023 that he was being investigated. He was being investigated for illicit enrichment. However, when he read the motion that he would have tabled in the House today, he made no mention of that, but he made mention to August. However, he did not put a date to August. So for me, that was kind of like, I mean, why you just mention and you didn't put a date to it? Okay. The next thing, the motion, what was it? What was it? The motion was about that the Prime Minister would have been unethical in him lying to the public that he was not aware that he was under illicit enrichment, and it goes back again to the report that the Integrity Commission.
Because you come on here with this thing again tonight here, and I'm saying to you, sir, you need to read the report carefully, sir. It cannot be that Daniel Archer, who's from the Integrity Commission, and others who has read the report, keep on saying that the Prime Minister knew that he was on an investigation, and you're telling us that he never knew anything.
But you remember, you know, you remember the article I quote you from the Gleaner, because that's what they're basing.
No. You need to listen, sir. In an audio played by the Gleaner, and also in a Jamaica House press briefing, the Prime Minister of Jamaica was asked, "Are you under investigation?" And he answered no. If my memory serves me correctly, hold on for me, sir. If my memory serves me correctly, he said that he's questioning something. He didn't come out point blank and say no or whatever. I don't remember exactly what he said. Okay.
So then
hold on for a minute, sir.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, I was saying, what you're referring to was what was reported in the Jamaica Gleaner on the 18th of August 2020.
What am I referring to?
The Prime Minister being asked if he's under investigation for illicit enrichment, and not only him, but if there are others under investigation for illicit enrichment.
What was the exact quote that he answered the journalist in that video, sir?
And he says and he says no, neither does he know. He has searched far and wide,
Okay.
and he does not know
All
of
right.
any of his members are under investigation for illicit
So
enrichment.
hold on there for me now, sir. You're saying to me that everybody who read the report is a bunch of damn idiots.
You have said that, sir. I haven't said any such thing.
No, but the fact of the matter is, sir, we are trying to tell you what went on, and you're telling us something different. You're entitled.
No, but
you are entitled to your opinion, you know, sir. You're entitled to your opinion.
No, I'm not.
But
No. I'm not. It's not about my opinion. I'm telling you the facts as reported in the Jamaica Gleaner. That's what the Jamaica Gleaner says.
So hold on there. Is a different Gleaner that I listen to, that you read.
So have you read the article I'm referring to?
I am not. Listen to me. I am talking about on video clipping that the Prime Minister was asked a question, and he said no. When you go back and look,
where was he asked the question? Where was he asked the question?
You won't allow me to talk, you know.
No, go ahead, sir. I'm listening.
You won't allow me to talk because you come back again tonight with the same damn stupidness here. I am saying to you, sir. I am saying to you, sir. What I'm saying to you is this. The Prime Minister of Jamaica was asked on several occasions. You know what I'm going to do? I want you to listen keenly again. I can't pray about this thing here. And I will not be commenting when I finish listening, when I finish playing this thing. Listen to what this lady said.
For months, and I sat down and I looked at the dates. For months, we were at that point where we said nobody knew if they were being investigated. The Integrity Commission didn't send a letter. I don't know. Nobody has said anything to me. When you look at this report, the initial communication was September 30, 2022, regarding the omissions in the 2021 statutory declaration. There were follow-up requests to provide additional information and corrections. February 23, 2023, March 6, 2023, March 12, 2023, April 4, 2023. He was interviewed on January 12, 2023. Further meetings and interviews were had, and a significant meeting was had on the 31st of August, 2023. A letter was sent on May 5th, 2023. I'm going to make sure I write them down because we don't want to make no error. A letter was sent on May 5th, 2023, informing him of the referral received for investigations regarding his 2021 statutory declarations, and the referral raised concerns about potential illicit enrichment and other issues. So here is the problem. Even if we're not concerned about the veracity, the truth in these documents, I am concerned that my leader, Dr. Andrew Holness, did not tell me as a voter, as an individual, as a citizen, that he knew that he was being questioned. All this time we were operating under the pretext that this was a dirty thing. Nobody know nothing about it. Now, when you look at this report, and this is when you want to ask for facts, if you don't think the money important, the honesty, the truth is important, because you made me feel that nothing ever goes so. And if you have interviews, you have emails, you have meetings, and a one-on-one thing. One of the meetings were held at his office. So tell me, Dion, as a Jamaican, even if I don't believe that the Barita people them said the thing right or the bond thing not right, and I adequately earn my money, why would you not tell me that you knew that you were being questioned?
Did you hear that, sir?
Yes, sir, I heard that.
Okay,
However,
thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the call.
No
Thank you for the call, sir. Thank you for the call, sir. Have a good night. We can't deal with you tonight. Thank you for the call. The number to call is 954-529-8030. We have gone over this thing more than once. We have gone over this thing more than once. And if you want me to send you the video and you go through the dates Then I can send it when they go to the date and the Integrity Commission report. I can send it to you. Why is it that we don't listen in this country? And you are entitled to your opinion, I agree. But the facts are before you. I played this thing more than once. I played this thing more than once. The number to call is 9545298030. Me head the hat, me. I want a drink of rum. No, man. Good night, Miss P. How you doing, darling?
There, man, there. I listen everything you want. Calling when me farmer teacher in the plan. But anyway,
No,
good
what
night.
happened? What happened? Let me tell you how it go. I had the head boy on the phone and also Fincy Smith on the StreamYard, so I couldn't take a call. Go ahead.
All right, good night. Yes, contrary to it at my parliament, I sat down right there and I watched everything different. Make I tell you something. I am not a liar, but I was trained by Bobby Finzi Smith. Facial expression
Have a lot to
do with you.
Yes.
Okay? And I sat down there, and when Angela Bornberg, I speak, Favor Williams, as she first speak, what again? I want Nigel Clarke speak, and everybody sit down and listen attentively. Right? And when Angela Brown is done, them vote again for continue 2 minutes. Right? You get asked for 3. Edmund Bartlett asked for 3 minutes for him, and Newman give him 2. So you saw me I listen keenly. Anyway, she finish her point. When Mark Golding stand up for game point, she just move. Listen me now. If you sit at we used to watch Parliament long time, because I love politics. You are gonna move as a speaker from your seat.
No,
You're supposed to say.
Hold on.
Hold on now. Yeah.
Hold on, Miss P.
Yeah.
She knew what Mr. Gold was gonna come and speak about. And by right, hold on there, by right, she needs to accuse herself from the parliament.
Yes. But it's not what you do. Ask Mr. Finzi. It's how you do it.
Yes.
The first thing she should have done is to notify the house that whether she go from bathroom break, anyway you want to put your excuse. She just slide out and him slide in.
Well,
that means it was articulated.
No, but hold on there.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm not taking up for anybody. In the great United States, when the speaker, if there is something gonna happen in the House of Representatives that have the speaker in it, or somebody for the speaker or whatever, the speaker can slide out and the deputy speaker slide without saying anything to anybody, you know.
Well, me never see that. I first see that today.
So it is.
Even finger put up.
It is neither here nor there.
All right. Listen now.
The fact of the matter is, when the issue is gonna speak about her husband, the speaker has to take herself away.
All right. Me give her the benefit of the doubt. She coming back now. She is the speaker of the house. Why she didn't call her pitbull them? I said to her pitbull them, say, guess what? Him sent an email 2 days ago, but he never put out a hand paper. So you call some electronic and you call some hard copy or soft copy. Whatever they call in the new term now. Right? I've tried to carry it. Next thing, Mark Golding said him never did I go debate the issue. He was only taking a motion and me tell him I go suggest it. And before the man could have opened his mouth, all of the pitbull and the tiger them and the hungry shark them fly down upon the man. These people continue to do the foolishness. What example are they setting for the younger generation? Right? That is not looking good. Give the man All right, you say that cannot table and that can't talk because of Ekida court. Let the man explain what he had to say. Himself never did a go debate, nothing, just a call a motion. Right? And let me tell you, Mr. Charles and the whole on the pitbull, the more you open the mouth, as can to me, teacher, when you're in a hole, and the more you dig, the further you go down. So stop digging.
Yes.
You know, stop it. When you look on the big disgrace, right under me house here, under me where me live here, 43,000 level voter. And regardless of your position, said that them narrow. You couldn't pull out 10,000. And there's a clip of play upon Wayne Loans, I'm sure. Go and look at me. If you look at the way a woman I say, I hear election in work, you know.
Yeah, it was actually when the video occurred, it was sent to me same time because the person who was videoing the thing called me and said to me, say, I have a video to send to me. If I was live now, I said, no, I'm not live now, I was watching you guys. And they sent it to me and I saw it.
All right.
And then a friend of mine from Miami sent it to me also and said, boy, this not look good because there were certain people came up in the video that concerned me. So I say, look here, I'm not comment on it.
All right. To make it clear this again.
Right.
Mr. Nicholas Gale in our chat, yeah, say me no liar. Me no liar, but me no idiot. And me no fool. I mean there over half a century. So when Una run back at this wicked man, and the next thing again, I remember when both sides of the party from Mr. Siaga days come down, when they are leaving to go to another country from business, the country's business, it always announced that the Prime Minister will be going to such place and diplomatic business, and is expected to come back 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 days, 4 days. When this Prime Minister left, yeah?
And address the nation.
Yes, when this Prime Minister left, nobody knows. Nobody knows. And at the same time, then bring a sentence where I jump up, book, and people for hospital are suffer. So Mr. Gale, when me attack, me know when me attack, say.
I tell you
me are feeling some.
I tell you something, Miss P. I tell you something, you know.
Yeah.
I've reached a point where I don't listen to these people and the chat room anymore, you know, because you know why? Some Jamaicans will not admit the fact about certain things. So Miss P, now listen to them.
Yeah.
So what you have to say?
The facts is like this. You are lead people. Even if you have your animal, you take care of your animal. You get the privilege to be a prime minister. You have 100 police, 100 doctor, everybody, but it's only one prime minister at a time, no matter which side. You are a young man. The only thing the Jamaican people ask of you is to fix our road, give you light and water, live every wages, pay our civil servant good, that they can give us good service. What else we ask for? We don't want you to come feed we. You're locked down in a COVID, sir. And where you are make money. You think those things right? People in a school for 1 week because I can't see. Let's not forget. You as a prime minister broke every record in Jamaica history from 1944 under adult human suffrage in the wrong way. You go out, you go broke down people's house. You bypass the judicial system. A long time people are live on land, we are not for them. But you serve them notice. And if a government land, you relocate them, or you make them pay for it. I hope till now, and then the next day you come back and say, they are not squatters. We not forget. So Nicholas Gale, me not forget. And what good fig goose, good fig yonder. It mightn't happen to me personally. But if you love God, you have to love people. I have kids, I have grandchildren. These young, most of these killing are one, these judicial killing are what they call it. When you shoot people like a butt, when the state and shoot people like a butt, and when you ask them, So like a fool answer. These things need to stop. And Mr. Prime Minister, you have 28 bank accounts. Jamaican people, I tell you better find somewhere, somehow, for those of you who have the 2 little shilling. Because one of these find there, every bank go collapse. I'm sick, and I went to the bank and I draw $100,000. And I couldn't get no more for the day to figure look up my foot. You understand? And one man a bank $142 million in a cash.
In one day.
And this little fool man again. We come back little while and ask question. Go read the report. It is not hidden. It is available to everybody. So you know if you go make a man read it for you. And when you read it, get the dictionary beside you. So when you buck up on the word, then when you know you use the dictionary and broke it down. Go learn sense. That's why labor right love you. Because them not make you learn if you read. They say selfish better education. Right? And in a time like now, where people have a dictionary and go Google it. Right? I'm tired of foolish. Me sorry for myself, but me sorry for the younger people them more. It's not easy. Right now in a sentence, the hotel count them is down. People are work 3 days a week, 2 days a week. So when them talk about the job and jobs and I must say uppercut them talk about. You are working at hotel and the hotel count down, you have to stay a yard. Then call you for 1 2 days. If so be it. So tell me if JPS drop the light bill. Tell me if taxi fare drop. When you're at your yard and say I work at hotel. Tell me if the food price drop. Those are the things we happen at Jamaica, I'm afraid to talk. Those are the things we happen to people on the ground. So for who little fool people, we are jump back on man, we have 28 bank book. We don't want billions of dollars. We don't live. We don't eat. We don't sick with hospital, we don't go. We don't picnic go to school. You know, when from school up till now, in school, my picnic go, you shot a teacher. Up till now, I can't get no book rental. Them I tell them don't know, and them I tell them say don't buy. I want them to wake up. And if you we I take up for government, you get something. But how long it go last, you know? If a man come to or a woman and say, man, give $200,000 for vote, the $200,000 go serve for the next 5 years. Right? In a big Kingston, capital Kingston, where the capital of Jamaica, there is no road. I went down there and I was so ashamed. Panishtown Road, I was on big crater hole in it. The best road in Jamaica upon it toll. They have a long hill upon it toll. If your vehicle no good, no, you can't climb in either. Those are the things you know we talk about infrastructure. If you have a jackass and walk, you put a go broke. So when you talk, when people talk, a lot of people make people express themselves because it's confusing. If you have $1,000, you can't get a good night dinner. You have to have rice and chicken back every day and flour. You can't buy pound of yam at $400 a pound. How much pound of yam can stretch? No boy, man, and people talk.
All right, Miss B. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Miss B calling in.
Yeah.
The numbers to call into the program is 954-529-8030. It is now 7 minutes after 9 o'clock. 7 after 10 o'clock right here in the United States. Let me call back this person here who was calling us to see what they'll have to say on the Mek Wi Talk program. If they don't answer the phone, then I'm going to go to another call. The number to call is 954-529. Good afternoon. Good night, caller. Welcome to the program. You're live.
Good night. Good night, my father.
Good night. How you doing, my friend?
Why, Danny? Me not want to country.
Talk to me.
I'll call you when I come in.
Yeah.
I want to them, brother.
Me don't know, you know.
Them get paid for that, you know?
Well,
Them get paid for that, brother. You have to talk about something false so we are listening to. And I want somebody hear it. I want world hear that. And you can't hear, brother. You can't look party, man, in the country, brother. Country come first. Not about party. You have another country. You don't have youth. Think about the future of the country, daddy. You can't stop like a party, brother. Think about the country. Where we fight for, brother. This is under the world, brother.
My God. Let me
And
ask
this is the country.
Let me ask you a question, my friend, caller. As a Jamaican citizen living in Jamaica, where do you see this country going?
You don't want every night or something new, brother. Every night you want whole. This is a separation and it's a disgrace. And to stop these people in our country. We're fed up, brother. We can't take this no more, brother. I'm not people, brother. We can't manage, brother. That's not this in our country, brother. We can't, man. I love you, brother. I love what my country, brother. Disgrace, brother.
What do you think? What do you think? Is it that our people are afraid to get up and do something about this going on?
Then we don't know what going on in the country where we can't stand and demonstrate. People stop work in 3 days. We lock the country in 3 days, brother. We not burn them nowhere. We not mash up the country. Just lock the country for 3 days. That's change the government.
My God.
If a PMP upon Daddy, if a PMP upon uncle, it will Jamaica upon uncle.
Yes. I said it to somebody, you know. I said in the 1990s when PJ Palace was in power. The 1990s gas riot was orchestrated by some people, me not call no name.
No, Daddy.
And
but the PMP hombre, when they want to let go to Kern, organize it.
And I was in Kingston when it happened. The University of West Indies students started from UWI. Thank you very much, Dan Jackson, Dan James, Dan Miller James. Thank you very much for giving me a star on the super chat. Thank you. The demonstration started from up UWI all the way down to Jamaica House. And I've never seen something like this happen. And I am not telling people to go ahead and do it. In the space of nearly 3 to 4 minutes, the 14 parishes in Jamaica was on fire.
So, what me I say, Daddy? Me I say, Daddy, the PMP never have to step the street with this, Daddy, because the man this is too much, brother. I'll make the people them stand for them, Daddy. Every PMP come on. We can't come out alone, brother.
I don't know, and I keep on asking the question, why is that the opposition leader? Since he can't get any traction in the parliament, the people have the power. The people of Jamaica have the power. Take the
we're not born them. We're not born them. We're not destroying nothing. Peaceful demonstration. Now I'm not no road. Just come on. Shut the country down. Just come on. It's like we 2 days. Me a call for me Jamaica people tonight, brother. We can't sit down so. It's a disgrace. You can't make 49 people. I carry them in one whole, brother. 49 people.
My God.
You waste money. I carry money about court for. Andrew, if you step down, Andrew, you know, not go you. You just go to better somebody on you. Step down and clear him. I bet if you do, or you are black, something. You are disgrace the country, Andrew. And the 49 people, them. On the road, brother. No much of the country. You know, what I'm telling you, it's fed up our ground, brother. And the police, them, and you come on the mind, the police of people, brother. For what? We all come from, all the police, them, they don't come from uptown, or get them come from, or we too. So what do we do? When we wake up, brother, today, brother, we go to brother. Shut down the country. You can't have a prime minister 28 accounts in a country. Our first not issues have done. First not issue a prime minister have 20 accounts. And you have to talk about it. If you don't sit down for Andrew, we not full Andrew, so I mean, everybody know about Andrew. You are the most corruption prime minister in the world. That is a disgrace in the country, and I'm not telling you. The country must hunger. Disgrace, daddy. I'm glad for Uno. We can't call an arm guy, brother. That tells you just go on and work, you know.
Yes, man.
They fed up hunger.
Me know that, my brother, but what is over the pray and ask Almighty God to see us through, eh?
Daddy, I tell you, I'm a girl who can't be. I'm in a bias. Everything bias. Everything now show on the corruption. I want to show you something I go on with that. They put never have one. Put never have one, brother. Loan some of one. Andres, even all the money. I tap them. All the money, brother. I want to show you what the country.
All right, my friend. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. You know, I can hear the passion in this man's voice for his country. And he's crying for this nation. And what hurt most of all, you know, is that members of the Jamaican diaspora was given the privilege to ask the Prime Minister's question in New York. And not one single soul asked the Prime Minister anything about his statutory declaration. No one did. We're living in a very serious time in this country. A very serious time. A very serious time. A very serious time in this country. The numbers to call is 954-529-8030. Hit the super chat. And for those who want to have this program going, you can send us something by Zelle. You know, you heard so for instance, me talking that you went to the bar. The numbers to call is 954-529-8030. Hit the super chat. You can send us something by Zelle to keep the program going. You know? Good night. Welcome to the Mek Wi Talk program. You're live.
Hi, Mr. Jeffrey.
How you doing, my darling? Long time I not hear from you.
I'm hanging. I know I'm hanging in there. I'm just watching you every day. I don't know what to say. I am dumbfounded. I don't know. I don't know. We are living in a sad state.
We're living in some serious times in this country. Very serious times in this country.
We are living in a sad state, and it hurt. My heart is bleeding to the beautiful country of Jamaica. And sitting down, we are a national embarrassment to the world. Jamaica that everybody loves so much. When I go to work and they say, "You're Jamaican?" I said, "Yes." They said, "Jamaica is so beautiful." And some of them say, "Oh, they come back." I come back. My friend came back and they told me, "Oh, Jamaica is beautiful." And I say, "You need to put it on your bucket list." I can't tell them that no more. I can't tell them that no more. You need to take it off your bucket list. We are living in a sad state, you know.
Very sad state.
We are living in a sad state, you know. Jamaica, how did we get there? How did we get there? Jamaica, a land of wood, and what you call the water?
There's no water here.
Oh, there's no water there. I know that too, because water just gone to Jamaica and Clarendon, and it just came back.
Because if we are well known in the land of wood and water, and we're 62 years old, and the two political parties can solve Jamaica's water crisis, then something's fundamentally wrong in the government of this country.
Yeah, but I'm going to say something to you because right now I reach a point in I am 56 years old, And I think I live more life on this earth than what I have left here. Because I don't think I'm going to live until 112. So I have news for you. There's greater danger ahead. There's danger ahead because the problem that Jamaican, not we're in the diaspora, we are seeing what's going on. But the people in Jamaica is not seeing what happened.
It's a very good
What
question.
happened to my Jamaica brothers and sisters? We are the most intelligent people on the planet Earth. If you go Africa, then want to be Jamaican. If you come America, then want to be Jamaican. If you go Canada, then want to be Jamaican. If you go England, then want anywhere you go in the world, they want to be Jamaican. They want to talk like Jamaican. We are the example of the earth. We are the example, and the example that we reach right now. Not even drunk on a one follow it, you know. And we are heading into a danger zone. But as for me, my brother, you know me talk to you, you know me talk straight. Me no go round corner, cause me
True.
born December. Me no have no filter for my tongue. I am not depending on man to solve Jamaica problem. Cause we reach a point where man can't solve it no more. Need a PMP. Me left Jamaica for me 14, so me need a PMP, JP, no PR, no P at all. Me never vote a Jamaica, never work
And
a Jamaica.
you know, my sister, the saddest thing, the sad reality of this is that
Yes.
Jamaicans will not stop this die-hearted PNP and JLP stupidness.
You're not
All they
supposed to
can see, hold on for me, darling. All they can see is the love of party, not the love of country.
No, you cannot vote for colors. It's not about colors. It's about what is beneficiary to the people of Jamaica. You're
And
not
for some
supposed to
unknown reason, some of
2024
these,
and silent.
for some unknown reason, some of these Jacobes, I mean, I apologize to nobody, that come on this platform, they believe that this platform is a PNP platform.
No, I'm not see it as such.
Me, Jeffrey Tavares, is not a member of any political party, nor do I want to be a member of any political party. Anybody that know me, know where I stand, and I stand for this country. I have the love of country come first for me. No PNP, no JLP, no Andrew, no Mark Golding, no Portia, no Bruce Golding, no PJ, no Edward Siaga, no Michael Manley. Jamaica come first for this nigga.
Why you know, some of the on your page, because guess what happened now? Me left Jamaica when I was 14 years old, going 15. And I've been here, me at 56 now, because I'm not afraid to tell age. You have some woman no want to tell no age. Me I tell age that I love my white hair, them, and I love all of the things that we got a gracefully I give me where whole age come with. And me, no, so I'm go back then, I go live for 12 years. When I got Jamaica, it was PJ Patterson in power. Me no worship, no, me never vote a Jamaica, me can't vote. Me vote America, and me the America long enough, and the first time me vote a Obama, me vote for. And me right now, me the right America. And me not think me go vote again. Because me can't bother to go vote, and when me vote and your member say when me get it ready to vote, and all of the vote you me give, after you win, me still have to go work a morning. And it now make my life no better, because when me go into the supermarket, me still have to pay the same price. Higher. Me vote for the people them where going to help me to survive. Nobody in Jamaica no see that. Them a vote for orange and green. Can the color of the cloth help you?
I see a and I have to go now. I see a poll was given where how much percentage of women say they will vote for Andrew because they just like him.
But what if Andrew for like him? Big nose. What about Andrew for life? Andrew not helping you. Can your children go to school? Can you find money, lunch money 5 days a week? Can you go to the supermarket every weekend? Or you go buy half pound of chicken back and try find something else to give your children them to eat, or half pound of rice and try to figure it out. Oh, like Andrew, what you like Andrew for? What is Andrew doing to nobody or helping anybody? What is he doing? Andrew lying in pocket while you hungry. And then when him carry you go up and parade him, give you some curry chicken back and white rice and you eat it and you go home tomorrow morning. Does he provide food when you leave? If he even get $10,000, he cannot carry you anywhere.
Here.
If him get $100,000 Jamaica, it can't carry you, but it can't last you for the week unless you know them independent of money. Because Jamaica, everything is expensive.
All right, my friend.
What you do, voting for the money or voting for your life and your children? There's nothing in Jamaica to vote for. At least give somebody else a chance now to do something different. Me no know Mark Golden. Me no know Andrew Holness.
And this is where
I tell you that I have an issue with the Holness thing. But me not gonna tell you that issue. Let me tell you in private.
Yeah, man. May we talk in private?
Yeah, no, may we talk in private. Look at the Holness generation. There's a bloodline from the Antichrist.
We'll talk. All right, my friend. Thanks for calling in.
You have a good night now because I'm praying, but you know, look at prayer can't help Jamaica no more. You have a good night.
All right. Bye-bye, darling.
Love you.
Love you. I want to play something here. I should talk about it. I don't look like prayer can help Jamaica. I want to play something here, and I hope I did download it on my thing here because sometimes I don't remember to download things and I do the wrong thing, you know. We're living in some serious times in this country, and it is now 10:25, 9:25 in Jamaica, soon 10:30. I can take about 3 more calls. So who want to call in can call in and talk to us. What is your views on what is going on in Jamaica? The opposition didn't give the opportunity, did not get the opportunity to speak in Parliament for their members' motion to be passed or tabled or whatever. Your views on the whole entire thing is going on in Jamaica. And as a Jamaican citizen, where do you think this country is going? I want you to listen to this video here. I hope you can hear it.
God has already pulled Jamaica from his grasp, meaning the Prime Minister's grasp. So like Samson, he's shaking himself as at other time, not realizing that God has not only left him, but has removed Jamaica from his grasp.
Good night, call. How you doing, East Kingston and Port Royal?
Oh, my mother, that's a cat between a rock and a hard place.
What East Kingston? What guess is that?
Jesus Christ, Jeffrey, every time I call him, I tell us I'm tired of them people. Yeah. Every day it get more and worse and worse and worse. And it, me no know when it will get worse. If worse around this, then me no want to see it. If worse around this, then me no want to see it, Jeffrey. Me no want to see it. The man, them put up these bodies, whether in the integrity commissioner, whosoever, to do a job. And when the people them a do their job, you turn round and want to tell the people them how to do the job. And when the people them not do it your way, for your way, you have a problem. The people them must do it how them comfortable doing it. And you get up and you talk and you preach and you pray and you worship and everything. And nothing not change. Everything remain the same. And if instead I get better, I get worse. Almighty God of Daniel, Jeffrey, me not tell you no lie. It no look good.
It does not. What are the country at all? And
It no look good.
And what hurt most of all East Kingston is this. That it cannot be that you are a part of a party and you can't tell the party when the party leader go wrong, you can't say party leader you're wrong. You're free to say it. That's why nobody not gonna like this boy, you know. Because me never tell you something wrong. You come off of my platform, you know.
Exactly.
Go over your Labour Party platform. Come off of here. I'm gonna go.
Right? Exactly. You can't tell your leader whether I'm wrong in your opinion, whether I'm wrong or I'm right. If he say yeah, all you do you say yeah. Nothing can go so. Nothing cannot go like that. What wrong with them people, yeah, man? Listen, me tired of them. But me not in the back of talking. Tell him to just announce the day of the election. That me a wait on. I swear that me a wait on. Me not wait on nothing else.
And
Just announce it.
And a lot of people don't understand, you know. Mr. Golden, and I'm going to verify this come tomorrow. Mark Jefferson Golden, president of the People's National Party and leader of the opposition, can bring that members' motion come next week again. And that members' motion speaks about in other words, they have to dissolve the parliament. If it passed in the parliament, the members' motion is not impeached, but is to let the prime minister know that, listen, we don't agree with what you're going on with. And if
exactly.
if that goes through to the parliament, is voted on, and they get the vote, the prime minister the governor general has to dissolve the parliament. It's a member's motion well, in other words, to impeach the prime minister then. And if that is passed in the parliament, the governor general of Jamaica, who has the right now, you know, the governor general can dissolve the parliament of Jamaica right now if he wants and call an election.
In which he's not going to do. In which he's not going to do.
Let me go back. Let me say this again. The people of Sri Lanka had a family running Sri Lanka for decades. And when the people of Sri Lanka had enough of the family that's running Sri Lanka, I think the family is the Goopers family, I think that's the name of it. Can't remember. The people of Sri Lanka said, we have had enough of you people. You know what they did? Go and Google Sri Lanka. And you'll see what they did. Jeffrey, don't have to tell you. The people have the power in their hands.
The one they're lucky, then living till today. Oh.
It is now 10:31 and we have to go because tomorrow is the next day. But the people of Sri Lanka stand up to
all right, my friend. When they are sick like that. All right.
All right, my friend. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, man, cool.
Thank you. The people of Sri Lanka stand up against a dictatorial government. And they was not silent. And the people of Sri Lanka put country first, not party. When the people of America don't like certain things, what they did, they put their country first, not their party. Their country first. At that time, they are neither Republicans nor Democrats. They are Americans. The President of the United States did not put himself up and forget about country. What he did, put himself down and put country up. Tomorrow is the 3rd of October. Join the Mek Wi Talk program. We will be coming to you live from the Parliament of Jamaica. The IC, the Integrity Commission, will be in the Parliament. So join us live tomorrow. But in the same breath, you, the people of Jamaica, need to stand up and speak out for this country. And for those who want to call me comrade and Labour Party board members of phone business, me know what I stand for. Country come first. Hit the super chat. Give us some more super chat, please. Like the live feed. What's wrong with me tonight? I think I'm tired. Like the live feed. Like, share, and subscribe. If you wish to donate to the program, we can give you the Zelle or the telephone number for us to continue being an air to give you the right news, not no fake news or propaganda news. Tomorrow is the 2nd or is the 3rd? I think it's the 3rd. Tomorrow is what? Today is what? Today is the 1st or the 2nd? Tomorrow is the 2nd. Oh, yes. Tomorrow is the 2nd of October. It's the 3rd. Sorry. Thank you. It's the 3rd of October. Lord have mercy. I'm tired. It's the 3rd of October is the Integrity Commission will be in the Parliament of Jamaica. Today is the 1st. Yes, Anthony. Thank you. Today is the 1st. Yes. If you wish to donate to the program, you can send, this is our Zelle, email, or preferable email though. I think it's email, yes. Thank you all for being a part of this program. Continue to fight the good fight for this country of ours. Continue to speak out for Jamaica. Speak out for this country. Stand up for this country. Because we are and we will remain Jamaicans, no matter where in the world we go. When we were born, whenever Jamaica isn't a PNP Jamaica or a JLP Jamaica. Jamaica is Jamaica. Jamaica land we love. And if we truly love this country, continue to fight for this country. Remember, I told you all to go out and make sure you're registered to vote because the soul of Jamaica's democracy relies on we, the people of this country. Diane Millie James, Wagwan. Jamaica's democracy relies on the people of Jamaica. The soul of the soul of Jamaica's democracy relies on us, the Jamaican people. The soul of Jamaica's democracy is in the hands of the Jamaican people. And we must stand up for this piece of rock. We can't be standing for party. Jamaica come first, not PNP nor JLP. America come first, not Republicans nor Democrats. So stand for this piece of rock, my fellow Jamaicans. Stand up for this piece of rock. If we don't, then no one will. If we don't, no one will. And show them, show our children that when we're all gone, they can say, yes, my father or my mother did stand up for this country. When the books are written, they can say, yes, we always on the Mek Wi Talk program with a Jeffrey Tavares, and we stand for this piece of rock. Don't stand for party Jamaicans. Stand for Jamaica. Stand for this piece of rock we call home. Stand for Jamaica. And when you're wrong, when your party's wrong, speak out and say your party's wrong. When your party's right, say your party's right. Whether you be PNP or JLP, UIC, NDM, or not, or whatever, stand up for this piece of rock. We can be the gem of the Caribbean once more. Stand up for Jamaica, land we love. May God bless you. May God bless you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Mek Wi Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel. And continue to fight. If you wish to give something to the program, you know, and everything, you can hit the super chat also. May God bless you and may God bless Jamaica land we love. Have a great night, everyone. God bless you all.
Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represent yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affect the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk. Unity is strength. Make we reason. Make we talk. If we see corruption in any shape or form, we're going to highlight it. Make we talk. Jeffrey Tavares represents yard and broad and the entire diaspora. As long as it affects the life of our nation, uncover the truth. Make we reason. Make we talk. And we don't care about no vumva viva va. No upper echelon. Nobody is not above the law. As long as it not help Jamaica. Make we talk. Make we talk.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people.
Please, Mr. Knight, please.
I'm suggesting that you are pathologically mendacious.
Mr. Knight, that is an improper suggestion.
Why?
And an improper...
After he just said what he just said?
Yes.
It's pathological.
Mr. Knight, please continue your cross-examination if you so intend to.
He was referring to what you said, a ruling you made.
And he laughed at you.
And laughed. You have a pathological condition when it comes to telling the truth. And I'm suggesting to you that you have misled, you have conspired, and you have deceived the parliament, the people of this country, and the inquiry, this commission, the diaspora and every Jamaican. And that you, Prime Minister, should pack your bags and go.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Mr. Small.
But Mr. Chairman, you need to put your foot down.
Put my foot down or what? Adjourn it?
Well, take charge.
What he has done is irresponsible and is outrageous and is unworthy of him as leader of the Jamaica Labour Party.
Prime Minister is being investigated.
Please, Mr. Knight, please.
I'm suggesting that you are pathologically mendacious.
Mr. Knight, that is an improper suggestion.
Why?
And an improper...
After he just said what he just said?
Yes.
It's pathological.
Mr. Knight, please continue your cross-examination if you so intend to.
He was referring to what you said, a ruling you made.
And he laughed at you.
And laughed. You have a pathological condition when it comes to telling the truth. And I'm suggesting to you that you have misled, you have conspired, and you have deceived the parliament, the people of this country, and the inquiry, this commission, the diaspora and every Jamaican, and that you, Prime Minister, should pack your bags and go.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman.
All right, Mr. Small.
But Mr. Chairman, you need to put your foot down.
Put my foot down or what? Adjourn it?
Well, take charge.